2 years after we started, we're finally getting somewhere with this boat. We're getting close to getting it completed, but we're not quite there. Still got a fair bit of work to do, a lot of tidying up to do. So we've got a pair of Quattro underwater lights, multicoloured lights, all sorts of fancy things. I wanted underwater lights with multiple colours, so basically I can change the colour when we're fishing. Have a bit of a play with them anyway. We've got a transducer there, GT51, I think the model number is from memory. I've added a couple of jack plates too, guys, to try and get that engine point right a little bit later on. We've got a through-hole transducer up there. Have a look at that some other time. Now zip wakes, we've got zip wakes on there. So the zip wakes we installed ourselves. So all of this, everything on this boat we basically installed ourselves. We haven't had to worry about getting anybody else involved. So these are 300mm zip wakes. The reason that I went with 300mm zip wakes, the recommended size for this boat was actually 450mm. When we measure the 450mm, sort of comes up over here, and it's way too close to the prop. When there's a prop on there, it's way too close to the prop. So bit of an issue there. But these CMC power lift jack plates, basically American built. I hope they're going to do the job quite well. The problem that we've got with these bad boys is we can't get them to connect to the ECU, or what they call the BCM boat control module. We can connect individually to the computers on the engines themselves. We can have a look at that and we can see them. There are no dramas at all. But when we connect the wiring harness up and we've got the ECU, it's in there with the BCM, I should say, boat control module inside, we can't see BCM. So what we're thinking is it's got something to do with the timing of how long the binnacle wasn't connected to the system itself. So it's just remembered that this is forgotten the programming, so we've got to program all that up again. But to program it up, we need to be able to connect to that module, and we can't do that at the moment. So bit of a problem there, going through some fault finding, diagnosis, all the rest of it, trying to sort all that out. So as soon as we've got some info on that, we'll do up another video and describe what the processes that we went through, what we did, what we had to do to fault find it and get it all running. But essentially, we can't get these to start. What they will trim and tilt, they'll go up and down and do all that sort of stuff, but it won't even try and crank, won't even, the starter motor just won't do anything. You can hear the high pressure fuel pump start up and pressurize, do all that sort of stuff, but nothing. So we're convinced it's a wiring harness problem. But again, one big thing that I'm going to do is I'm actually going to get this boat on the water. All of this tidying up, cleaning up, things that I can do when the boat's on the water, I'm going to leave until it's on the water and continue to do that a little bit later on. So the boat's not going to be perfect, like it's not going to look fancy, but I'm going to be able to go fishing. So it is what it is. We're going to basically spend a bit of time getting it so that it's safe to put on the water, so that all our bilge pumps work and our critical circuits are operational, our motors are running. That's probably the most important thing. Our motors are going to be running, and then we'll finish off and we'll get it on the water, and all those other fancy shiny bits and pieces we're going to do later. So yeah, wish us luck as we try to sort out what's going on with these bad boys. They are a 2010 model, so they are 15 years old, but they've only got 701 hours on. We've had the lower units off, and they look absolutely perfect. No problems with them at all. Well, very, very clean, very tidy. Impellers were replaced, so that should all be good. So as soon as we've got an update on that, we'll punch another video out. But one of the big videos coming up very, very shortly too is, if you're really into this sort of stuff, is going to 0 to 100, everything that I've done, some of the mistakes that I've made, some of the lessons learned, if you like. 0 to 100 this build and this whole extension all the way through. So that should be a good one. I'm really looking forward to that. I've spent a lot of time on doing that one, and looking forward to posting that one up. So there you go, guys. Update